All right, here we go. We're done. We're ready to rock and roll. All right, happy barbecue day.
Winning, baby.
We need
I feel it.
more barbecue philosophy, which this is what it is.
That's what we do every day.
It is, man. I love it. Let me make sure. Perfect. I'm in. I can cut that out. All right, dude. So what's our
Things are happening.
goal? Like our goal with this, I guess.
We're always progressing. We always try to get a little better. Little life hacks to help ourselves and to help people around us.
What did you say in the car? You were like something about, oh, we have stuff to help other people, and that's what we want to do. That's why we're doing this.
It's almost like we're doing this like, what if we are 20 years younger and I talk to my young Patrick? Do I need to read like 10,000 books on Stoicism? Or can I is there one core principle that we came up with that we can maybe work with, you know?
Yeah, and that 20-year-old self is like, cool, watch this 30-second clip or 10-second clip, and it's like, cool, just do this. Don't read the 3 books. You're fine.
Yeah, because
battle tested.
Information overload is our problem right now. It's not the lack of information. It's that we always want to research more and then we never do anything. Complete lack of action. Too much knowledge.
That's a good point. You want to fix this real quick? Can you do it down here so it's straight up and down? And I can cut this out, of course. Good job, man.
How's that? Better?
Perfect.
All
You're
right.
good.
Nice. So, first of all, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I've been developing software for a very long time. I've gone through the woes of from the start to the bottom, just learning how to code, then starting to code for somebody else for a very long time, like the government, and then eventually went out on my own to consult or contract for myself, and then said, oh, let me try to add more people, have some employees or contractors, make a little bit more money, and tried that and started a consulting business and built that to, 7 figures, and then was very fortunate to be able to unload that, and investments everything hit in a very short amount of time, and I'm on the other side of the table currently. It's like, cool, now I get to try out this concept of retirement. It's like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, well, still got to work because, idle hands are the work of the devil.
That's the time compression we talked about. You pretty much have the luxury to live the lifestyle of a 65-year-old dude 20 years earlier, right?
Yeah.
So what are you telling the 45 guy who's grinding right now that it's really not as much fun as you think, or maybe more fun than you could ever think? And what I like about us is that
Thank you.
when it comes to media, thank you so much, you're used to bootstrapping and building up from the ground up. I'm former NFL guy, used to go into a studio and sit down. So it's like the old school meets the new school. What we're doing right now is an experiment with the new school, right?
Yeah.
Where literally we have an iPhone and we have 2 dudes just talking. We hope that somebody can listen to us and somebody will have some value in our little spitballing,
Over our favorite meal of the week, barbecue.
Barbecue once a week, winning, keto. We have so much to talk about. No, we thought we could share some stuff because we really have a wide range of topics. My name is Patrick, by the way, guys. Patrick Vensky, first guy from Germany in the NFL with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And from like living in recovery right now, I got some stuff on alcoholism, cancer survivor, resilience, motivational speaker. We always feel like we have so much to share with the world, but we're always too lazy to record it. So now we're recording it. So, world, you're welcome. I hope you can take a little tidbit and we have something to offer.
I agree, and they're gonna get to watch us get our hands dirty and eat barbecue.
Eat barbecue.
Which is fine.
That's all we do.
I love barbecue and I love our philosophy about life every day.
Yep. We're heavy into stoicism. So my friend Corey always says, you have to be the cliff. And wife, women, life will get to you. They're just the waves, but you have to be the strong cliff in the ocean, right?
The rock, the emotional rock.
Yes.
Let the emotional waves bump up against you. And you've been in recovery.
Yep.
And you've got this new plan that you've been on, this recent journey.
Yep.
90 days?
Pretty much staying in ketosis all the time. And so, for example, even eating like some barbecue, I'm going to have some oil laid on, some butter, some MCT oil. It's pretty much truly a heavily fat-based diet with a very small amount of protein. And I dropped 90 pounds right now in the last 120 days.
Good job, man.
I like it.
90 days. 120 days?
120 days,
Ooh.
90 pounds. A little bit
Oh,
more, 95 pounds.
that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Good for you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like your one goal right now, which is why we're here often, is we have this tight feedback loop. So these talks and lunches are nice every week, and we do it multiple times. But yeah, you're just sticking to the one plan, and you'll go off a little bit and think about like, oh, I could change this, and it's like, no. You reel yourself back in, and we're able to work through that pretty quickly over a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wait a minute.
We're big on lifestyle versus a diet, or like I used to be that guy who's like, I'm gonna go keto for 1 week. Then you didn't lose a pound. Let me go high carb. I'm gonna go carb loading, Corey. And then what we learned is really we're saying, Pat, just do small adjustments. So it's really habit stacking in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, I'm hitting a cold pool every morning, no matter what. I don't care if it's 30 degrees, 20, or 75 degrees. I'm hitting a pool for like 25 minutes every morning. And then you've been doing cold exposure too, which helps you sleep better at night. So that's one of the small things we talk about all the time. Small improvements making a big difference.
Well, and yeah, and I'd also add that as it bookends. It gives us a routine that just having something to look forward to or something to not like. You wake up or we wake up and it's like, oh, I gotta jump in the pool. Whether it's cold or hot, it doesn't matter. It's like, oh, I don't want to go down there, jump in the pool, come back, shower, then get ready, or then go to the gym. It's like, what a pain. But it's that bookend. So that kind of puts that little stake in the ground for us to, okay, cool, what's the next thing we do? We can jump off because we've got something done. It's sort of like that making your bed thing by that Admiral Cravenson.
Yeah.
So I get that part.
So if you're a young person right now, if you could just get up early and do one thing and do it right without jumping on your cell phone, without being immersed, thinking you're productive, going through Instagram, TikTok, scrolling. All of a sudden it's like 10 a.m. and you're like, oh, what happened to my day? Then you're feeling you're like behind the 8 ball. Well, we get up very early and we can plan and it's almost like a tactical game plan. And also, I don't negotiate with my mind. I don't negotiate with terrorists. I don't say, hey, Patrick, today is too cold. It's a little nippy. I got a little cold. I can't do it. No, you jump into the freaking pool. That's the end of the story. And that gives me a sense of pride at 5 in the morning.
But see, that's the difference though right now is, we're older and wiser, and we've been through it. You've been in the NFL. You've had the mindset to get through this, like the discipline and mindset to get through hard things. I mean, it's probably hard to be a kid these days or a teenager, early 20s, and bombarded by all this stuff. It's like, man, I don't know if I'd want to. It'd be tough. Like, that's what we're fighting against is the distractions right now. And look at how hard it is.
And how difficult social media is, and we're using social media to tell you guys to
get
on social media, of course.
Right, of course. It's like, well.
And I see with the kids, I live in a sober living facility, and they're like 7, 8 kids, and I mean between 20 and 31, so not super young. One guy, he was painting for one day, and he came home, he's like, man, I'm the best painter in the world. I think I'm going to start my own painting company. And I feel like the social media world gives you the impression you can just become a perfect bodybuilder in like 2 months, or like become a tennis ace, or like a professional football, because it's so easily available. Everything is like, oh, it's right there. It must be easy if he can do it. But you don't see the 10 or 20 years of hard work. Everybody talks about Corey, how he sold his company, and he doesn't have to work right now. The point is, I saw him coding day and night at a Starbucks. Right. Cannot even afford 1 cup of coffee for $2.99. Just work on his laptop for like 10 hours straight. People don't see that because no, they, I want to be like this guy, 42 years old. What he does? Drives around his Tesla and talks about stuff. No, because you don't want to be this guy 10 years ago. So that's what we say to be more realistic nowadays, maybe.
Yeah, that little saying or cliche of like, oh, it took me 20 years for the overnight success.
Yes.
Same with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're operating at the highest level in the NFL, like in the sports world.
Yeah.
But you're at the height. That's it. You can't go higher.
Yeah.
Maybe you can, but I don't think so. Right?
Yeah.
That's the highest you go.
And it took me 10 years from being an amateur and growing up in Germany, not knowing what football is, to make an NFL team, which is unbelievable. But also, there was no hacks. There was no shortcuts. You have to grind 2 days, 3 days. Nowadays, I think we watch TikTok. I'm like, oh, this person's in perfect shape. Give me 2 weeks. I'll be in good shape too. No, it's not that easy. There's no hacks. It's just you have to grind sometimes.
Consistency, habit. And that's what we've learned too. Is like, the habits. So we can get into that later. But
One thing I learned too also, watching a David Goggins video doesn't make me David Goggins. Because sometimes I'm exhausted. I'm like,
I wanted to.
I read
I
his
want to.
book, I watched his videos. Oh, Patrick, did you walk a mile? Oh, no, I'm just busy. So our call to action is to like take information and go ahead and use it for your life. Take one piece that you can use and just go after it and do it right for like a month or two for some time.
Yeah.
Because we change stuff too much sometimes, We
Too
make
much.
small
Yeah.
adjustments.
And you got to let the adjustments play out too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the big thing I've learned. So, I mean, that's what we're doing, and we plan to have some great conversations about the stuff we work on constantly. You know, your background, my background is like we're no different than anybody else. At a basic fundamentals level, it's just habits and like what are we doing to make ourselves better?
Every day.
And maybe through that, hopefully through that, other people will be like, oh, cool. This is what I'm envisioning. Maybe it's something that you can say, like what you think is. But I'm thinking like, yeah, if we can show people like, hey, this is what we deal with on a daily or weekly basis.
Yeah.
It's like you're probably dealing with it too.
Yeah.
And it's cool. You have another person out there that's dealing with this stuff and putting it out there. Be like, oh, yeah. And then of course, we'd be interested in comments or whatever.
Yeah, whatever
the whole
can help.
technology
Like,
thing.
do you want to talk recovery? You want to talk elite athletics? You want to talk computer programming, business development?
Coaching,
We have like
stoicism, everything.
everything. It's on the table.
Yeah.
Let us know what we can do for you guys.
Just self-improvement, but just improving yourself daily because
Yeah.
we're a work in progress. So I think that's good.
That's perfect, brother. Thanks. See you again next week. Peace.
Sweet.
We're gonna turn it off now.
Yeah. And then